Coming out, we'll be talking about the Santa Claus's Disney Plus series and the success of Hocus Pocus 2 and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Friday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off with the Santa Clauses. We got the first kind of full-length trailer. We got an initial teaser trailer back at the D23 Expo. Got the new one, which kind of gives us a better idea of what the story's going to be. Basically, it looks like Tim Allen is now, he wants to retire, so they go back down south and kind of carry on with normal life. However, Christmas is in peril and he has to go back and kind of save Christmas. And I actually thought the trailer did a pretty good job of kind of setting up that whole story. It's going to have 6 episodes. The first 2 episodes will be dropping on the 16th of November, and then there'll be weekly episodes after that. So I think it's pretty good a way of doing it. That way it's all out before Christmas. I really enjoyed the first few movies, and obviously you can watch all of them on Disney Plus right now. But yeah, I thought this one looked a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed the Tim Allen stuff way back since Home Improvement. But yeah, so this one could be a lot of fun. But I'd love to know what you think of the trailer for the Santa Clauses. Let me know in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Hocus Pocus 2. It is the Halloween weekend, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching it. But when it debuted on Disney Plus back at the end of September, it did incredible numbers in terms of viewing. In the US, it was the most watched premiere. And now Nielsen streaming charts have been revealed. And Hocus Pocus was a huge success. It was one of the most biggest movies they've ever had since they started doing these charts a couple of years ago. And really just shows the power of this franchise. And it really also does show what can happen when you put a movie directly onto streaming, which is already popular. So yeah, so this one is really big success for Disney Plus, and I'm sure it's going to be an even bigger one right through the next couple of weeks. I suspect it will start dropping off after next week when we start getting into the holiday season, but then we're right ready for the Santa Clauses and things like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff. But did you watch the Hocus Pocus 2 movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Disney's FX is developing a brand new pilot called The Bends, which is a brand new drama that is based on Gerald Seymour's novel The Killing Ground. The thriller series follows a seemingly perfect American family in Berlin whose secrets come to light when they hire a new nanny, unaware that she is trying to expose the parents' corrupt financial and familiar ties. This brand new series is being created by the 20th Television and Lightfield Company, who has an overall deal with Disney. Should this pilot be picked up for a full series, which is expect to see it arrive on Disney Plus around the world as a Star original, and then likely to arrive on FX and Hulu in the United States. Speaking of pilots, 20th Television is also working on a brand new one called Deli Boys with the Octave Collective. This brand new pilot is about a pair of pampered Pakistani American brothers whose convenience store father dies, and then they are forced to reckon with their Baba's secret life of crime. Again, if this pilot gets picked up for a full series, it will arrive on Hulu in the United States and as a Star original on Disney Plus around the world. So a number of shows that they're working on, so hopefully those get the pickup. Moving on from there, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. No big new originals or anything like that. And while it is the Halloween weekend, generally they've been putting out all the Halloween stuff before now because a lot of people are out doing parties, trick-or-treats and all the rest of it. Disney Plus subscribers in the United States got 2 new additions today. Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Squeakquel, along with the animated movie Hulk Where Monsters Dwell. Here in the UK, we got a couple of new films, including Firelight, Isle of Dogs, and the second best Marigold Hotel. While in Canada, there was 2 new National Geographic documentaries added. Let's now look at the poll of the day, where I asked you, whose Star Wars Tales of the Jedi character shorts did you prefer? Ahsoka, Count Dooku, or that you haven't watched them? Looks like most people have preferred Ahsoka at 48%, while Count Dooku is at 28%. Personally, I enjoyed the Count Dooku ones a little bit more. And in reference to yesterday's story about Disney Plus becoming more personalised, our comment of the day is from Diabolical Gaming, who says that I like it the way it is. I hate algorithms, how it throws stuff I'm not into. No, thank you. I don't know, I think this is actually a pretty good idea to get personalisation onto Disney Plus. I think it's going to offer better content, and therefore you'll be able to find stuff a little bit easier. In the US right now, I can see why you maybe don't want it, because you're kind of used to how it looks, and most things on Disney Plus right now kind of fall into a certain number of categories. But when you add in Star and all the content that comes in with that, it comes a little bit of a mess. So a more personalized system is good and kind of show you stuff that, you know, maybe you want to watch. Ultimately, algorithms are always a little bit tricky. I always do like having the option where you can just look like A to Z, and just look for it yourself, because especially with the algorithms, you find it on YouTube, it kind of shows you what you've been watching recently, and sometimes you just want something fresh. So I can see why, but let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. We'll have a new podcast episode this weekend. We'll also have a live Q&A here on the YouTube channel on Sunday this weekend. Because it is Halloween, I'm going to open up to all members, so everyone can join in on that one. But on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.